It's like there's a bunch of different colors there. And I feel like it's really great because a lot of things are accessible, all the foods and everything. Whereas sa California, parang magdadrive ka pa ng malayo. Whereas in the city, you could just take the train to go anywhere.
Yun na nga eh. Like in California, you can't, hindi ka makakaikot kapag
Hindi.
wala kang kotse. And then
Exactly.
I heard in New York naman, medyo parang hassle magka-car kasi sobrang mahal ng parking fees.
Yun din. So commute ka na lang. You
Yeah,
should
so
go to New
commute ka na
York. That's
lang.
disappointing.
I'm going soon. I'm going soon for New Year's this year. Sana.
Oh,
Hopefully,
really?
we'll see. I'm
Wait, let
planning.
me
I'm planning pa
know,
lang.
because I might be there too.
Sige, ikot mo ako. Show me your hood,
All right,
man. Let's
I
go.
got
Let's
you.
go.
I got you. No problem.
Okay. All right. All right. So, how would before moving here, would you guys come
Mm.
visit? Familiar ka naman sa Philippines.
Minsan lang, pero I never went to Manila kasi it's always Cebu or Davao or Kidapawan. So for PBB, that was my first time here in Manila, Luzon.
Before you went to PBB, how long was it before you came? When was the last time you visited before PBB?
Siguro mga 2 or 3 years before PBB.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, okay. So that you come back pretty often naman.
not much actually. Only like in the recent years, like as a teenager.
All right.
Uh,
Was it was it like how was it like coming home and like seeing it like the motherland, if you will?
the motherland, okay. It was a big adjustment kasi yun nga, sobrang na-stress ako sa like the phone situation na walang like signal everywhere or data. There's different carriers like Globe and everything. I'm like, why is that a thing? Why do you have to pay for load? Why do I have to pay for my internet? Kasi sa States, automatic lahat, diretso lahat. And then even with electricity, I was just like, oh, so this is what a third world country is. And then I'm not to sound like a brat, right? But it's like a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
adjustment.
yeah.
Even until now, kasi ngayon, like I'm living on my own, it's like the most simplest things in the States are so difficult or it has to be a big job here. So it's a lot of adjustment. But I know what I really love is that the people are so kind and welcoming. Like my mom, sir, very accommodating. Whereas the States, it's always like, okay, what do you hear? What do you want? Okay, thank you, bye. Ganon. They're not very friendly all the time. Ganon.
Yeah, you can see here in the Philippines, malaking bagay talaga yung respect because
Yeah.
we have a term for like, you know what I mean, for older brother, you, di ba? Like kuya, ate.
Mm-mm.
You don't call your kuya by their first name. In the States, they don't do that, di ba? So you can
Yes.
see like right away sa language pa lang nakikita mo na yung culture ng isang bansa eh. So like that was cool. Like I never really thought that I was like bilingual because like it was just so
Ah,
natural, diba? Like everyone here speaks to some degree, everyone speaks English, man. Kahit yung mga
tama.
hindi nakapag, you know, like even like people who did finish school or whatever, and
Mm-mm.
from all walks of life, nakakaintindi and makakapagsalita kayo in English, dude. And
Mm-mm.
then of course you speak Filipino also, and what's also hard is like the dialects. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like a completely different language, bro. Like you can
it
have people
is.
from the Philippines and they're both Filipino, never left the Philippines in their life, pero hindi sila magkakaintindihan, right?
Hindi.
Kung iba yung
Tama.
dialects. Oo, di ba? So
Exactly.
ang gulo. Ang gulo ng communication din dito minsan. But
Very true.
um what made you decide to do PBB? Did you guys watch it at home? Nagta-TFC ba kayo?
We do watch TFC, but not all of the time, not as much as I wanted to. But kasi since bata pa ako, it's always been my dream to become a performer, a singer, really. And then during the time that I auditioned, pandemic na yun eh. So we were the pandemic batch, the first pandemic
You were the
batch.
first batch. You were the one before us, right? What was your season
Yeah,
called?
connect.
PBB Connect kasi nga online. All right.
Yeah. And then at the time, parang I was planning to do a lot of auditions in New York. Pero because of the pandemic, everyone was put on hold. And then I was rethinking, what am I going to do with my future? Ganon. Tapos biglang nakita ko, ay, may audition for PBB, tapos virtual. And it's open to the global stage. And I'm like, first time to ah. So I just tried for like one. And I didn't expect to get this far. And now I'm here.
You said that you really saw yourself performing. Did you go to like a performing arts school in New York? Because I know those are like big there.
Yeah. I went to a performing arts high school. So like there's a
Okay.
movie called Fame and it's based off of that high school. So that's where I like furthered my skills because as a child didn't have voice lessons na ako, pero in that high school we sang like operatic music, and that's what we had to do.
That's cool. Can we talk about that? Because
Yeah.
actually, it's Jordan's came by the stream, and he also
Hi,
went to a
Jordan.
performing arts school. Like he was talking about
Mm-mm.
that in London. Parang his graduating batch was like I think less than 20 people. So
Uh-huh.
what would be like a typical day with you in your performing arts school?
My gosh, typical day. Okay, so we have to take note na there are different majors. My vocal, my
Hmm.
dance, my visual arts, my tech program, tapos my instrumental, and also the actors, drama. So then for me as a vocalist, regular day would be first few periods or first few hours of school is parang chorus. So yung choir. Tapos after that, it's like very random. You have choir, then you have like AP history, and then you have a math class, and then you have
Hmm.
gym, and then you have lunch, and then another voice class, and then it depends. Everyone has a different schedule, but usually it's 4 or 5 hours worth of performing arts classes, and then the other stuff regular school lang.
How long? So like 4 or 5 hours of performing arts classes. How many
Mm.
hours would be like for regular schooling? Like for math and science
Ooh.
class.
Okay, from what I remember, kunyari, regular school would be 8 a.m. until 2:15, ganon. Sa
Okay.
amin, it would be like 8 a.m. until 4 or 5 p.m.
So parang yung performing arts classes nyo would be like the equivalent of like extracurricular activities
Yeah.
for like normal school. Imbis na drama club, drama class. It's a class talaga siya that you have to pass and fail.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so being it like that, yung were the academic requirements any different? Like if you failed your academic, like let's say you failed math,
Mm-mm.
because I don't know how it's like in the States. Because here in the
Mm-mm.
Philippines, if you fail where I went to school, if you fail one subject, you take summer classes for that subject, and then if you failed that summer class, you'd have to take it like as a back class, diba?
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Mm-hmm.
each year in high school, you learn a different math, diba? It's like
Tama.
algebra and then geometry, whatever. So,
Yeah.
paano yun? Would you be able to move on the year if you failed like a non-performance class?
It would have to be like the same, summer class, or you take it again the next year. Pero yung weight ng performing arts class mo at yung academic is the same. And it was also harder kasi yung performing arts school namin, it's not like the regular level of
Mm-mm.
learning or something. It's actually one of the more elevated in terms of academics. So it's not exactly the easiest either. So it's hard academically and in terms of your performing arts.
Okay, so you said basically the weight was 50-50, but like honestly,
Yeah,
as a student, it wouldn't your priorities wouldn't be 50-50 with that, no? Because like you went to
true.
a performing arts school to practice performing
Oo.
arts. So you personally, I'm asking you, like
Yeah.
how much attention did you give the academic subjects?
Um, not that much, not that much. Unless I needed to, because I really hated history and I really hated math, so I had to pay attention to that. Pero of course, my heart was in the arts classes, diba? Pero yun nga, importante nga rin sila, so I had to pay attention then.
Like I really feeling ko sobrang outdated na talaga ng education system eh. Like I don't know if I'm
Oo.
being woke or whatever, but like dude, 'di ba? Parang kailan ko ginamit yung calculus sa buhay ko ever?
Exactly!
'Di ba? Never. Tapos never naman ako tinuruan magbayad ng tax.
Tama! Dapat yun
Like
yung tinuturuan sa
sana
school.
yun na lang yung tinuruan niyo sa akin sa school imbes na
Exacto.
imbes na yung paghahanap ng ex na hanggang ngayon di wala na akong pakialam kung nasaan siya, dude. 'Di ba?
Right.
And
Pinapahirapan lang tayo.
oo, or like financial budgeting, you know what I mean? Those are better class. History medyo nagigets ko pa eh. Like I can
Mm-mm.
understand history kasi
Mm-hmm.
pinanggalingan natin 'yan. Um it shows a pattern of human behavior, you know what I mean? Like
Yes, yeah.
and respect na lang siguro sa mga taong nauna sa atin who paved the way for us to be living the life we are now. Pero
True.
you know what I mean? Like why do I need to dissect a frog, bro?
Exactly. And even mental health, like that should even be a class, honestly. Because especially teenagers, they need that. Like,
Yun na nga kasi it's forever evolving eh, no? Like when they
uh,
made when they made the education system, bro. I remember when I was in high school, ang sabi sa akin ng teacher ko, kasi
mm-mm.
parang during during the classes, you can use a calculator. Pero pagdating sa exam, bawal. Tapos parang tinanong ko, Miss, bakit? Bakit bawal gamitin yung calculator? And they're like, hindi habang buhay, may calculator ka sa bulsa mo. I mean, joke's on you,
Meron
teacher! I got one now, boss!
on my phone.
On my phone, dude, never na mawawala sa akin yung calculator sa buong buhay ko. So parang it's yung education natin, hindi siya nag-a-adjust sa technology na meron tayo now.
That's true.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
But like in all things, ina-update mo like kapag naglabas na ng bagong iPhone, it's basically the same thing. You see
Mm-mm.
everyone update, like upgrade, upgrade. Everyone wants the upgrade, but like a lot of things that are really important that we're dealing with in our day to day, hindi naman natin siya ina-upgrade, 'di ba? Especially education, bro.
True. The very foundation of childhood and people in general.
But like, and then like what you said, it's evolving because like the mental health, like I'm sure a big factor of that is social media, and they didn't
Mm.
have social media back then. You guys had sex education, right? We don't even have
We
that
did.
here. And
That's
that's I feel na
crazy.
sobrang important din nun, man.
Yeah.
Like if you, I
Especially
think,
with, oh no, like just teenagers in general, diba? You feel a lot of
mm,
things. You're curious. You need to know what you can do and what you can't do. Because
oh,
like this is not the richest country either. And you don't want to make your life even more harder.
like, di ba dito the way you learn about sex is kapag inuman kayo sa family, si tito mo, ikaw, halika nga rito, ano, tumitigas na may pututoy mo.
Lord, bakit
Diba?
ganon? Tama
Dude,
nga!
ganun talaga yun dito, man. Tapos ikaw parang naghihiya-hiya ka. Tapos, it's really not the way to learn. Tapos,
It's
no
not.
other ways lang na pwede mo matutunan sa mga kaibigan mong wala ring alam, di ba?
Tama.
Wala talagang nagtuturo sa'yo about sa mga bagay na ganyan. Because feel ko din may reason because it's a Catholic country, and you know how like it's very
Very
taboo to talk
conservative.
about some things.
Yes. Very
So,
conservative and they want to avoid
oh,
those topics.
pero unavoidable yun eh. 'Di ba we're just being hypocritical at this point na
Exactly.
hindi siya like I remember, dude, when I was in grade school,
Uh-huh.
I went to like this a little it's kind they call themselves an international school now, I think. So parang
Okay.
ganun sila. Medyo ano, how can I say this? Open yung thinking. So
Mm.
we had like because here we have a class called Christian Living. Eh. So
Okay.
if you go to a Catholic school, like I went to LaSalle for high school, that's Catholic school.
Mm.
We were quizzed like on the Bible and stuff, bro.
Yes,
Di ba?
yes.
But I went that school. It's like, do you know the Church Victory Christian Victory?
No, I don't.
Basta like it's a church here that I went to that school, and they're like a Protestant born again school. So
Okay.
they don't really teach you about the saints and all of that. They don't believe in praying
No.
to saints and stuff.
Yeah.
So we had like a Christian living class there, but it was like basically like a morality class. You
Mm.
know what I mean? They're
Mm-hmm.
trying to instill morality in us at a young age. Tapos parang yung nagkaroon sila ng sex ed week. So parang, okay, this week we're gonna talk about sex ed and stuff.
Oh wow.
All they said was like that stuff should basically what they've been like shoving down our throats, di ba? Na parang, oh, sex is when a man and a woman love each other and they get married first and then Jesus will bless them with a baby. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's really not, they don't teach you how to put on a condom and stuff. They don't teach
The
you
science
the
behind it.
science behind it. So parang what was that? So my question was, what was sex
Yeah.
ed like there? Did they, because I like you can see on TV like they give out condoms. Is that real?
Yeah, yeah, they'll give it out or they'll tell you where to get it from. Of course, they'll show you this is a banana and this is how
Yeah.
you put it on. My textbook, my mga videos, gano'n, and you all have to
Boy,
talk about
wait. What like scientific videos and stuff?
sa of course. Pero
Dude.
of course, may mga situation, 'di ba, na parang, "Oh, I drank a lot. Oh my God,
Uh,
Robbie is so cute. I want to like touch him or something." Mga gano'n. So parang if you find yourself in this situation, A or B could happen. Which will you choose? Mga gano'n.
dude,
So
galing mo mag-voices, man.
I
Parang nanonood talaga ako ng instructional.
I'm sorry, Albie. But yeah, gano'n. So of course, we never took it seriously because we kind of already know it. Because America is so like progressive in that sense. Not everything is out in the
Yun.
open. as opposed to dito sa Pilipinas, diba? But it is
Pero I think it's
important to
getting there na
know.
rin dito.
Yeah, that's why we need it even more though.
Yeah,
Because
they need
we
even more
we don't
now.
really know what's really going on. Like we know, like, okay, you do that XYZ on the internet, but like what are the possibilities in terms of like STDs and everything else, diba? Because that's, you don't want to get into that.
Inom ka daw ng sabon.
Talaga ba?
Dude, yan yung joke dito. Inom ka daw ng sabon.
Lord.
Um, well, when, sorry guys.
You're good.
When did you were your parents open right away to the thought of you going to performing arts school? Did they push you to it? What was the conversation like with your parents? When did you realize that, like, I really want to go to a performing arts school?
Okay, so before high school, there's something called middle school.
Middle
So
school, yeah.
middle school. This is after elementary. So middle school, yung mga teachers ko, sinasabi nila sa akin to audition for the performing arts school. Pero at the time, I was like a nerd. And I was like, no, I want to get into the really like smart high schools in New York City, blah, 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 blah. So I would study a lot and everything. Pero hindi ako nakapasok doon. So I ended up going to actually like medyo ghetto na school. And then, because I lived in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And then I was like depressed. I'm like, I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to do this because I was being bullied by people out of nowhere. Imagine
Yeah.
gumagawa ko ng homework tapos biglang may lalapit sa'yo na parang, why are you sitting there? That's my seat. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to do my homework, right? So I auditioned for the performing arts school out of desperation to get out of the Bronx. And then I ended up going to Manhattan. And that's where I went to school. And because I really loved singing, but I thought it wasn't, because hindi siya practical, di ba? To do the arts in general. I was thinking I wanted to do like more serious stuff, have like a regular life and everything. So I didn't want to go into singing.
Um, okay, since you mentioned that you lived in the Bronx, but then you went to school in Manhattan.
Mhm.
So, because this question just popped into my head because I saw a picture like a few days ago, like the hellish commute people in the Philippines have to take, man. Like, have you seen those
Mm,
pictures of like the LRT lines and stuff?
yeah.
So, how was it commuting in New York? Did you take the subway like all the time for everything?
Yeah. It's either the bus, the subway, or a combination of both. Um, and it's not easy either. Actually, gusto ko my experience yung MRT or LRT dito para ma-compare ko. But yeah, it's always crowded. There's a bunch of people. Kailangan mong mag-ready like a few hours earlier just in case you miss the
The
train and
first train,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And minsan, it's not even your fault. The late siya. So if you come into class late, even though it's not your fault and you were ready beforehand, wala kang choice. But it smells. It smells like pee. Sometimes depending kung nasaan ka. Um, and there are creepy people too. There are homeless people. There are people that dance on the subway even though wala nang room. Ganon. Sometimes people preaching on the train. There's a lot of things that always go on. And it's not always safe, but especially now, hindi siya as safe as when I was still back there. But yeah, it wasn't easy. Sobrang time consuming, but yun nga, you have to save money, so you commute.
Was there anything like scary that almost happened to you? Bilang, you know what I mean? You're a girl traveling the subway by yourself.
Yeah. Oh.
Just tell the stories, man. Tell the stories.
I
Have you
mean,
ever been held up? Like, yo, run that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what are you listening to? Okay, you run that.
No, thank God, no. But actually, someone pulled me out of a train one time when it was about to
Yeah.
like leave. Someone pulled me out. Kasi I like going to thrift stores and buying like vintage stuff. So yung suot ko is camouflage na military jacket. Tapos may matanda na nasa labas and then he saw me and then he pulled me out of the train. I think he was having like a flashback or something about his war
Oh,
times.
PTSD.
Yeah,
No.
PTSD. And he thought he was trying to save me. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And ganon. And I was like, what, 14 years old? I just ran away and I was so scared. But afterwards, na-realize ko, ay baka he was going through an episode or whatever. And that was scary as hell. Also, another time, as a girl in general, I don't know, I was just wearing a regular outfit. A man was following me up a station, trying to talk to me. Miss, I want to talk to you. You're so beautiful. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Ganon. And then I ended up just running into a crowd para mawala
How
siya.
old were you at that time?
At that time, mga 17 years old.
Did you tell him like, yo, I'm 17, chill out?
That's what I said. I'm like, I'm too young for you. He said, I don't care. It's fine. I was like, okay,
Ooh, creepy.
yeah, but that's New York for you sometimes.
Damn. Yeah, I know. It's like the memes. You know what I mean? Like you see it, like the crazy stuff on the New York subways. But
Mm-mm.
have you ever witnessed like a fight break out? Like the people
Of
like,
course,
yeah,
that's normal.
yeah.
Oo. Guys,
Okay,
I'm not saying that NY is a bad place, ha, pero kailangan mo lang maging vigilant and aware of what's around you. You know?
all places naman are like that.
Tama. But a fight, yeah, probably like 4 times at least, and it's not always in the mismong subway car,
Car,
ha.
yeah, yeah.
Minsan nasa mismong station,
Platform, yeah. Waiting for them.
platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like minsan mga babae over
Mm.
some man or whatever. I saw you talking to
No,
my man, blah blah blah. I saw I'm gonna whip your weave off, mga ganon. Or you have like
no.
out of nowhere, someone is sitting somewhere. No, I don't want to give you money. I see you have a lot of money. Give me some money, and then they'll fight over that. Ano pa ba? Mga teenagers, but it's a lot of like usually either you see na they're homeless or just like kind of ratchet or teenagers.
Yeah,
Ganun.
teenagers
And
always have something to
I've
prove.
even I just remember there was a couple that they were doing stuff that you learn about in sex ed
It's no
on the
on the
mismong
train.
train. And I was
Ang
like,
baboy
wait.
naman,
I
dude.
was like, wait,
Pauwi na
well, that
kayo.
was nasty. Oo nga, it's early in the morning, tas ganyan kayo. Parang, no.
In New York, is there like a last call? Because in Cali, I think last call is like 2 a.m. Like 1:30, they turn the lights on. You can still stay in the bar in the
Uh-huh.
club, but then 2 a.m. you gotta go home.
24 hours yung subway. Kaso not all
No,
of
no,
the
I mean
trains
like
are open.
bars, bars
Bars.
in yeah in New York.
Depends on where. Depends on where. Because some of them are open until like mga 5 a.m. and then open
Okay,
in the afternoon pa.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Wow, he's excited, ah.
I'm just asking them. New Year's Eve eh, kasi syempre magka-countdown ka muna to 12 na yun. Kung hanggang
Tama.
2 lang, sa hotel na lang ako.
Tama.
Bahala ako.
Nakaka-overwhelm actually pag New Year's. Ang daming tao, daming tourists.
I'm not gonna go to like the place
The
and
Times
watch the ball.
Square?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll stay in my hotel, bro. I'll just
Okay.
watch the fireworks from there.
At least. At least.
Yeah. I have a few friends here who moved there now. Actually,
Ooh.
on the 28th of this month, um,
Mm.
my best friend's getting married. I'm the best man of that, and he lives in New York. Yeah,
Congrats.
that's
Wow.
why I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna spend New Year's with him and his wife.
Oh, that's
Uh,
dope.
I'm gonna stay with them and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Maybe
I'm
watch it
happy for
next
you.
game. We'll see.
Maybe. You should. You should. Why not? Iba yung
Yeah,
experience pag in
yeah,
person
Madison
eh.
Square Garden. Yeah, my
Mm-mm.
friend he's a Boston fan. So
Ah.
he'll watch and he's watched in Brooklyn because like like that they have James Harden now and Kevin
Yeah.
Durant. So like
Mm-mm.
they're the better team to watch. But like he was like iba pa rin sa Madison Square Garden, bro. Kahit bano yung Knicks.
Yeah.
Mas better experience pa rin talaga manood sa Madison Square Garden. Have you watched any games? Did you watch any games growing up?
Growing up, no, because yung dad ko, he's more of a volleyball, enthusiast. Pero I
Oh,
had to
okay.
sing, yeah, I had to sing like with a group that I used to sing with in New York. Minsan ginagawa namin yung anthem or something. So more so sa Barclays Center kami, and we
Oh,
would see the
in
basketball games there.
Brooklyn, yeah, the Nets games, yeah.
Yeah, there.
What was that experience like? You sang the national anthem for a Nets game?
Yeah, as a group, there was
Whoa,
like a bunch
that's
of
dope.
us.
That's dope. When was this? What year was this?
My God, ang tagal na. Siguro mga 2019, 2018, 2017. It's just like scattered experiences. Yeah.
No, 2019. That was like the D-Lo Nets. D'Angelo Russell was on the team. They were pretty good that year. They made the playoffs, man. You know nothing about sports.
I know nothing. I'm sorry.
And you live in the Mecca, bro. You live in New York, the Mecca of basketball.
I'm an arts person, Albie. I'm so sorry.
True.
Yeah.
Um, so like when COVID was happening, I
Mm-mm.
saw a lot of um like videos of like people like assaulting Asians and stuff. Have you ever
Mm-mm.
experienced racism in New York? Because you said it was also super diverse, about multicultural melting pot. But
Mm-mm.
or has there ever been a time where you got like racially profiled, if someone called you like a name that, maybe like chink or something?
Yeah, there was a time na ano, kasi ako, I'm lucky enough. I don't even know if it's lucky, but I look kind of ambiguous sometimes. So I'm not exactly identified from the get-go as Asian. Ganun. But yung kaibigan ko, medyo chinita siya. So we were walking in the subway again, and then there was a white guy that was walking. He's like, "You freaking rice eaters!" And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, I eat rice. What is the problem? Yeah, you freaking chinks. I hate you guys. I'm like, okay, sir. And I just kept
Was he a homeless
walking.
dude? No.
No, he was not homeless. He looked like he had money too, but he's just not from New York siguro. So maybe from the Midwest
Ah,
or whatever. Ganon. Pero parang, why do you have to say these things? For what? Tapos, ano pa ba? Um, Racially, in terms of, no, not really much of a problem. I mean, I used to be kind of bullied in a way in school for being like Filipino because no one really knew what Filipino was at the time. Because they're like, what
so
the hell is
konti lang
Filipino?
konti lang Filipinos sa New York.
Hindi siya like you don't hear the word Philippines or Filipino in media growing up for me. Yung nalalaman mo lang is Chinese, Japanese, ganon.
Yeah.
So when I say Filipino, they're like, the heck is Filipino? That's so weird. So that, but not much. But during COVID, you do have to be careful because you never know who's going to attack you or whatever. Especially during these times now, kahit yung mga kaibigan ko or people they know are getting attacked in the subway. So you just have to be careful, especially now.
My friend, he's an actor here also. His name's Gab Legman. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah, yeah,
He grew up in Vegas, and like I asked him the same question, and he was like, um, because a lot of Filipinos, they don't even consider themselves, they don't consider themselves Asian.
yeah.
They say they're like Pacific
Pacific
Islanders.
Islander. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I never understood that because like we're
Mm-mm.
closer to Japan and China than we are to like the Pacific Islands, man.
Right. I think it's just a point of trying to have an actual identity. Kasi yung sa States, even though you're Chinese or Japanese or whatever you are, just the very fact that you have another culture behind your back while living in America, which is like a very kunyari, individualistic country, and then you have your parents' nationality behind you. It's like you don't know where you fit in. So you're trying to
Yeah,
find something. Kasi physically din, diba? If you compare to the East Asians, we don't always look like them. So that's why they say, we look like Samoans or yung mga ibang ano,
and then we have
Pacific
Spanish
Islanders.
last names.
That too, and all the
Yeah,
colonization that
diba?
happened here, diba? It's confusing.
Uh, when I go to the States, they think I'm Mexican.
Really?
Yeah,
Talaga?
it's like when I'm
Maybe
not
in New
smiling, when I'm
York
just standing up
different.
in Cali, dude, all the time. Like I get dudes speaking Spanish to
Oh,
me. I'm like,
because
nah,
there's
bro.
so many Mexican people there, but I
So
think,
many. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
Mexicali talaga yung California, man. Like
Tama,
Mexican
tama.
everywhere. Like
True.
and like some of them don't even look like there will be. I have a friend there. He looks like a white boy, man. Like he has red hair, red.
Oh,
He's ginger,
but
but
he's
his name's Diego. he's
I'm
he's Mexican talaga, dude.
dead.
And even his girlfriend,
Uh-uh.
she's Mexican, but they look super white, and even their baby looks like a white boy, man.
Mm-mm.
But they're Mexican, man.
That's
Southern dame.
crazy. In New York, you might get a different reaction though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Asian for sure.
No, you might get a different type of Spanish, not Mexican. Baka
Oh,
Puerto
okay,
Rican. Ganon.
okay. Yeah, you
Mm-mm.
have more of like those dudes like Puerto Rican people from Cuba and stuff.
Yeah.
Florida's hella close to Cuba, right?
Yes. I believe
Is
so.
Cuba is Cuba its own country or is it like a territory like Puerto Rico?
No, it's its own country.
It's its own country.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to learn about all of that stuff like growing up in the U.S.? Because there's so many cultures. There's like Black History Month. Did you grow up
Mm.
having to learn about different cultures? And were you like, and did it affect you? Because like yun nga, wala masyadong um Filipinos weren't so talked about. Then you have Black History Month. You know what I mean? Cinco de Mayo for like the Mexicans.
Mm.
Did it make you feel like out of place even within the minority
Oo.
system?
Sobra. Actually, growing up nga nung sinasabihan ako ng parents ko na, "Filipino ka," I'm like, "What the hell is Filipino?" Like, I couldn't speak Filipino at that time pa, so I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm Chinese." And they're like, "No, you're Filipino, Gail." I said, "But I don't l I look like Mulan." Kasi dati I was, like, very,
Oh
like,
yeah,
yellow and everything. So, like
I can see
and
it
then
too.
exactly, and then later on, when Pocahontas came out, I was like, "No, I think I'm Native American." Like, I was in super denial that I'm Filipino. Cause what the hell is it? Kahit sa textbook, when I look for it in the index, wala siya dun, you know? So, that was a big problem with my identity. Pero once I learned what it was, that's when I was like, "Yeah, Filipino pride, Pinay all the time, gano'n."
Did you eat Filipino food growing up?
I did.
Were
Cause
there any
my
restaurants in New
yeah,
York that served Filipino
kasi
food?
especially in Queens, kasi there's a lot of Filipinos in Queens, and I know it's like a little Philippines nga dun, eh.
Okay.
Mm.
So, what was your favorite? Was it different, like when you tried the food there? Because I don't eat Filipino food when I'm in the States. Because like I live in the
Wow,
Philippines, bro. I'll eat
tama,
the
tama.
Filipino food here. Diba? But like, oh, was it different? Can you compare? Can you taste the difference between the Filipino food cooked there and the Filipino food here? Because I'm sure like ingredients, iba na yan, eh. Do you guys have
I
calamansi over there?
no, I mean, you have to get it
Diba?
sent or, like, they'll grow it or something, but, yeah, it's not the same. I think ginagamit na parang syrup siya na calamansi, not the fresh one.
Ah, wala,
So,
iba yan. That's different,
yeah,
man. I
that's a
tried
big
substituting it
difference.
with lime. Medyo malapit naman.
No, but
Dude,
not
wala kang
really.
choice eh. Wala kang
Minsan nga
choice,
lemon,
man.
eh, wala kang choice, lemon na
Na,
lang.
masyado matamis yung lemon.
Mm,
Feel ko. Mas may
makes
asim yung
sense.
lime. Like, if you're gonna make halo with toyo and like make it a sausawan,
Tama, actually.
di
Yeah,
ba?
yeah,
Pwede na
yeah.
yung lime, dude. Close to sa color. Pwede na.
Puwede na. True. But I would have to say, like, siguro the difference, as long as it's cooked by people that were raised here sa Pilipinas, not much of a difference. Pero once, like, a Phil-Am gets their hands on it, they like to put, like, little fusion with everything else, and parang
Ah.
nawawala yung ano, the sense of home from the Philippines.
What was the hardest part moving here when you after PBB? So like you've done PBB, now you're here. I'm guessing you're based here. You've been here ever since PBB, no?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you live alone? You live by yourself?
Now, it's been, like, a few months I've been living alone now.
So what was that like? Did your parents come with you for a bit just to stay with you? How's the moving process?
The moving process. So before getting into PBB, my dad came with me just to make sure na safe ako. Then he went back. My mom, I saw her for the first time in 2 years. Siguro mga few months ago lang. So I stayed with my tita and her kids after PBB. And then a few months ago, I finally moved into a condo on my own. But it's been super hard kasi yun nga, it's a totally different country. The ease that I was used to dun sa States, it's not here. In terms of the money situation, then pesos, diba? It's not the same as dollars, the
Yeah.
how much things cost, and then kahit like the transportation system here, like my parents and my family do not tell me to take the LRT. Lagi lang grab ganon, or taxi. Even taxi, they're against me taking the taxi. And like the people as well, diba? It's a whole different like language. Hindi rin ako fluent sa Tagalog, diba? So minsan nabubulod din ako, or I don't understand what they're saying. So it's a lot of adjustment in general with the weather and just the culture also. Kasi
Culture,
it's
that's it. It's a pa yun eh. The culture's
yeah,
super different, man.
super different, super different. Whereas like in the States, sanay na ako to open my mouth and like be very opinionated. Whereas dito sa Pilipinas, kailangan mo minsan like to keep your head a little bit low, just like move forward or be seen as parang mabait. Kasi if you have too many things to say, maarte ka na. So it's a lot of adjustment. And honestly, recently that's been one of my problems na parang nakalimutan ko na yung parang New York side ko because I've been trying to be a QC girl for so long. I forgot who I really was back then. So I'm trying to like come home to myself and, combine the two.
When's the last time you were home in New York?
Right before PBB. So that was
And you
like
haven't been
when
back since?
No.
Well, pandemic din kasi, no?
Yeah.
So
So that's why
when do you plan to go back? You said you're gonna be there for New Year's.
later this year, God willing. Yeah.
All right, so I'll hit you up if I end up going now. For real, I'm
Let me
not
know.
joking.
I'm not
Because
joking either.
my friend lives there also, Yam Concepcion. Like she was an actress here.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like she lives in I think Brooklyn now.
Ah, oh, that's
So
cool. Honestly,
and
you
like
probably have like common friends or something with people over there, because I'm pretty sure.
we'll, we'll see. But like I
We'll
said, yeah,
see.
my best friend who's getting married lives there. And I don't know,
Mm-mm.
I'm excited because like I said, I've never been to the East Coast, man.
And it's
Does it get
super
cold?
cold.
I was
Yeah,
about
when
to
you get
ask,
there,
yeah, man. December, yeah, dude.
kailangan mo mag-jacket. Like,
Yeah, no. Iba
scarf.
yung lamig, man. Iba yung lamig.
Mm-hmm.
And
Super.
and like yung usok na lumalabas sa bibig, may usok na sa bibig mo pag humihinga ka. And I was in California, like um it was like 8 degrees Celsius when I was there. That's not even that bad.
Mm,
And that was
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
December. So ano yung mga temperatures pagpunta ko sa December sa New York?
Okay, that's also another problem for me. The whole Celsius and Fahrenheit thing, because it's a States, it's Fahrenheit, it's not Celsius. So it's
Okay.
completely different. So you would
So
have to
what
search
is
that
it?
on your own.
I will, I will. What okay. So like what does it get in Fahrenheit and like around December time?
Around December time. Well, depende rin kasi medyo moody yung mundo ngayon due to global warming and everything. But siguro mga, ano tawag dito, 50s, 40s in Fahrenheit, ganun. So if it like snows, even colder, to the point na sasakit yung mukha mo and you'll get like frostbite. It depends.
Someone in the chat's happy that I'm going to New York for New Year's.
Ew.
Yeah. But does it get hot though?
When it's hot,
Yeah.
it's like medyo like mid-year, but when you go there, it's not gonna be hot at all.
No, but like during the summertime, how hot does it get over there?
It gets super hot. It's kind of comparable to here dito sa
Comparable to
ano,
here?
Pilipinas.
Kahit,
Oo.
kahit yung humidity?
Oo. Yun nga, because it's super humid because of all the buildings too and all the
Ah,
pollution as well.
oo.
Yeah.
So Pawis Nation din kayo doon.
Yes.
50
Tapos
Fahrenheit in Celsius. Ganun, 10 degrees, man. Around ganun din. Ganun din. So kaya ko na yun. Kaya ko na
let's see.
labanan yun. When I was in Cali, ganun din, 8 to 10 degrees. Kaya ko na
I
yun.
hope you experience snow. That's what I want you to experience.
I've seen snow naman, dude. I've been to Lake Tahoe. It got to like -2 there. So like, what's negative?
Ah,
Hold on. -2 C in F. That's like 28 Fahrenheit, bro.
yuck.
Na-experience ko
Disgusting.
na yung 28 Fahrenheit. So, kaya ko na yun. Yeah, dude, nagdi-negative sila doon, bro. Tapos, sobrang saya ko pa kasi like, we went to Lake Tahoe. It's kind of like Tagaytay for California. You know what I mean?
Ah, okay.
Parang ganun nila. It's pretty near. It's in NorCal. It's a pretty
Mhm.
near drive. There's a big lake, and parang it's a cool
Ooh.
little spot. So we went to Lake Tahoe. That's first time ko makita yung snow sa driveway. So I was like, can I shovel the snow
Can
out
I
the
shovel the
driveway?
snow?
Sobrang excited ko pa magganon.
Oh my
Tapos
God.
yung kamay ko na hindi ko na mabuksan kasi wala akong gloves, hindi ako nagpo-gloves.
Ah,
Much
masakit, di
cooler
ba?
pa than Baguio. Yeah, dude, much cooler than Baguio. But Baguio gets to like 50 degrees
Mm-mm.
Fahrenheit. Have you been to Baguio?
I haven't.
Where have you been in the Philippines? What places have you visited? Of course, nakapagbora ka na.
No.
Oh my God, bro! Ano ba? Kailangan natin mag-Bora. We'll plan something, Gail. I
All
have to
right.
take you to Bora. That's my favorite place in the Philippines. So where have you been?
Let me
Where have you
know.
been?
Oh, God, I haven't been to a lot of places. Especially here sa Luzon, wala talaga. Like the farthest probably is like Tagaytay or something, which is not even much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it, honestly.
Sheesh, man.
Yeah.
Kailangan mo i-explore yung Philippines, bro.
Yun din eh. Ah, Batangas, yeah, Batangas. But that's really it. Kahit sa
Okay
Cebu
din.
nga eh. I haven't been to much.
Yeah?
Mm-mm.
Sad, man. Because that's the problem with the Philippines. It's such a small territory, but it's divided into so many islands, man.
Yeah.
So I'm so that's one of the things I'm most thankful about like my career path that I was able
Mm-mm.
to become an actor. So I was able to do like these shows, the mga mall shows and fiestas and stuff. In that way, na-travel ko yung Philippines, man. Tapos naikot ko siya.
Mm, sana all.
Sounds
But that's
cool.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, diba? Pero
Mm-mm.
like, it just gets, hassle lang talaga sumakay ng airplane, man. I hate it. I see why some people don't like to travel.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Yeah, nasanay lang talaga ako. And there's something about sleeping in an airplane chair that the
Hindi
next
siya
day,
komportable.
dude, bugbog ka talaga eh. And like,
It's
I can't pay like, um, what's this, first class prices, bro. Like, even if I can
mm-mm.
afford it, bro, I'm not gonna pay that much, dude. Parehas na,
'Cause for
di
what?
ba?
Mm-mm.
Di ba? You're gonna pay times three what I'm gonna pay. Pare-parehas tayong matutulog lahat sa aeroplano.
Tama.
Hindi lang naman kayo yung makakatulog sa aeroplano. Di
It's
ba?
still uncomfortable either way. So, wala.
Legroom daw. Totoo nga naman, legroom. Pero
True.
sheesh, di ko alam. Maybe kung yung mga Emirates flights. Pero yung PAL,
Ah,
yung PAL na first class, wala din masyado.
ay,
Sakto lang din yun. Di ba? Because like,
tama.
when they fly you out, yeah, I was, I shot a movie abroad and I was able to do first class.
Mm.
The A380 po. Okay, I haven't written that plane yet, but I'll check it out. No, I won't. No, the prices are so wild for flights. Huh? Do you have a like? Do you use an agency? Do you book yourself? What? How do you
For
for
what do you
flights?
mean? Oh, for
Like
flights? I mean, I haven't really gone anywhere like I agency. Mm-mm.
no, like
No,
when so pal ka
no.
lang going home, going here.
Whichever is the cheapest.
Where do you
That's what I
search?
just actually it's like either yung rewards card ng dad ko, like they have like a separate thing
Yeah,
or ano pa ba? Or just through my family actually. It's more so like pal.
pal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just type cheap flights
Oh, cheap
sometimes when I
flights.
compare. No, yeah, cheap flights Manila
Ah,
to
chine-check
JFK.
mo.
Ganun. Yeah, and I'll just compare, dude. And like
Tama.
I was able to get before going to Cali for like I think it was just 600, and then but like
Oh.
because some dude some are cheap, but then because it's like a 12-hour 13-hour flight to go to Cali, right? But then
Mm-mm.
some flights will be like 28 hours, dude. Like they'll stop in
Layover.
so many places, dude. Ang tagal ng layover. Wala, hindi ko kaya yung mga ganun. So kahit may
Hindi.
magaganon $300, dude. 15K lang round trip.
Nakakapagod.
Pero dude, dalawang
Not
araw
worth
yung
it.
ubos. And then
Tama.
like yung date pa, you know what I mean? The whole day will be gone because the time zone changes, the dates change.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's super. Like New York, it's not that bad of a time difference, right? It's exactly 12 hours.
Exactly, yeah.
So you get to more or less you know when to talk to when your parents will be up, when you can call them,
Mm.
when you can talk to them.
Tinatawagan ako gano'n, "Gising ka na ba? Gising ka na ba?"
Oo,
Gano'n.
alam na nila. Uy, alauna na. Di ba? 10 o'clock
Exactly,
na.
"Bumangon ka na diyan!" Gano'n.
Oo. Yeah.
Yes.
That's how me
My
and my
mom
friend
knows.
talk also.
She's in there somewhere. Hi, Ma.
Hi, tita. So we've been here for 50 minutes. We haven't even talked about PBB. So, diba, let's talk about it a little bit. How was the PBB experience for you? What was that like?
Oh my God. Siguro yun yung pinakamahirap na adjustment ko actually, now that I think about it, now that we talk about it again. Like, because I'm an only child. So then,
Yeah,
having to live without my parents, tapos madami kong mga kasama na are strangers that come from different parts of the Philippines that I've never met before,
different
was
parts of the
super
world.
hard.
You're from New York.
Exactly, exactly. Yung mga kasama ko na taga-abroad, siguro mga dalawa lang. So we were able to relate on that level because one's from Australia, the other from California, but everyone else is from the motherland. So it was difficult kasi parang how do I, approach them without it being weird? What if, like I overthink my Tagalog at the same time? And even with Kuya, he would tell me like, Gail, mag-Tagalog ka. I'm like, sorry po Kuya, kasi Taglish talaga ako, diba? So yun, the language and even the culture, like living with people from here. Because I've experienced like life with people that have adjusted to the American lifestyle from the Philippines. But it's about when it's different when you're with people that actually are from here and have only lived here.
Who was the one from California?
Sequency.
Quincy, okay.
Yeah.
So, how was your PBB experience, naman? What was it like inside the house? What was the your favorite challenge and your least favorite challenge?
Oh, okay. Yung least favorite challenge siguro would have to be there was like a swimming task that involved like math. And one, I don't know how to swim. And also two,
No
I'm
way.
horrible at math. Yes. So, yung ginawa ko lang is that I tried going down to see the numbers, pero to the point na my anxiety was just like, I can't do this. But I had to keep pushing to show Kuya that I'm not a person that gives up, even though
That's
I'm
good.
shaking. Eventually, he like gave me some leeway and let me do something else to see the numbers. But that was my least favorite kasi nakakatakot talaga. And I'm asthmatic, so like my heart was beating out of my chest the whole time. But you said favorite, right? Favorite task
Yeah,
naman.
ano yung favorite mo?
Favorite task, actually it wasn't really aired. I think may sinulat ako na kanta using like the stories of the housemates. And that was my favorite thing kasi I felt the most like myself in that moment. And it was one of the ways na parang nakipag-connect ako sa mga ibang housemates and to know them better through song.
Do you write even before PBB?
Yeah, yeah, I did start writing like siguro mga few years before EBP.
Do you have any music out now?
Right now, I only have one song out that I released back in the States on my own. It's the title is Make You Smile. Tapos yung artist name ko is Gail. Tapos I'm going to release music here din soon, but I can't say when exactly.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that takes a
Yeah.
chunk out of the conversation. But
But they know a lot of
uh
my original music that I've written here. So I'm open naman sa mga fans about what I write. So they know.
okay.
Yeah.
Was Big Brother big in the States? Is it like
The way na malaki yung PBB dito, Big Brother in general is not that big in the States. Like the US branch, it's not. It's really not. It's more so like the like Survivor or like dating shows
mm,
or singing competitions and like the talent shows as well.
let's talk about like adjusting to life after PBB. Because
Mm,
like this I could talk to you about it because there's already been a batch after you, which is my batch, right? And
mm-mm.
you're the first PBB housemate I've interviewed who's not from my batch, by the way. This is the
Oh,
first. Yeah.
thank
So like
you.
I've been waiting to ask this question. So like when you get out of PBB, like
Mm-mm.
the fanfare is through the roof, diba?
Mm,
And then you come back down to earth because like that's really how showbiz is. You know what I mean? You have
yeah.
highs, you have lows. Like it's for me, I don't really think about sustaining being the most popular person all the time. It's
Mm,
all about like longevity. Stay popular enough for the longest amount of time, man.
true.
So was that a oops, hold on, my call time tomorrow. I just need to
Go
see.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh man. Okay. So yeah. Um
Are you okay?
yeah, we're good, we're good,
Oh,
we're good. It's
okay.
gonna be a long day long for me tomorrow. But yeah.
Ah, booked and
um
busy at least.
thank you, Showtime. Shout out saying you. What's this?
Eh,
So what was the adjustment period like from being like super from the fanfare being at its highest to like going back down to like okay like
mm.
we're back to settling now. Was that a tough adjustment for you?
Siguro nanibago talaga ako at first. Kasi I'm not used to like people analyzing my every move and then people reacting to one thing I do na isang tweet lang tapos mga 500 likes na kaagad, ganun. Pero ngayon like we have more like humble numbers which is fine. But like having all that noise all the time and then being the person that I used to be na I was a people pleaser na I would kind of do whatever I could to keep people to make people stay and like to make them happy for some time. And also at the same time, there was siguro like I have slight abandonment issues na parang I'm afraid that people will leave me. Ganon. But later on, na-realize ko na whoever is, supposed to stay with you and legitimately support you will stay in whatever way that they can. So I had to keep that mindset all the time. Ganon. And then also remember in the first place, ba't ako pumunta dito? Diba? And it's like, it's really about the craft for me. It's really about the music and learning to be an actress, a better actress and everything. So, and also aside from that, na even though my audience may not be big all the time, if I get to touch like a even a small amount of people, okay na yung para sa akin. Because that's one of the reasons why, even here in the first place, there have been influencers that shared their stories and their struggles, and that inspired me na parang kung kaya nila, kaya ko rin. So it's really about mindset. At first, it was horrible. Like I would cry because aside from the supporters, you also have your bashers, right?
Mm.
But at the same time, it's like I know who I am and what I want and what I'm here for. So everything will be okay. God's timing. That's how I dealt with everything.
It's good to hear that perspective from someone else because like me being in the industry for a while, I already knew that was
Mm-mm.
coming. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
there sometimes people are fans of you not because they're fans of you, but because they're fans of the show you're in. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like I
Yes.
get that a lot when people would call me the name of my character,
Mm-hmm.
not my name. They don't know who I am, bro. You know what I
Right.
mean? They don't follow me on
Yeah.
Instagram, but they watch like Pusong Ligaw. Like, oh, that's Leon, dude. You know what I mean? Parang ganun eh.
Yeah.
So you get that na ganun talaga kalakas yung PBB.
Mm-mm.
They amass such an audience talaga that
Mm-mm.
when it's a new season, they'll know you, they'll recognize you, but they're really fans of the PBB show.
Yes.
And then like after they don't really remember anymore, and then
Mm-mm.
it really be like that though. But I mean that's ganun lang talaga ka relatable kasi yung PBB. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you really just it's just normal people put in a house with all the cameras on them, so you see every aspect of their being, diba?
Tama. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like sometimes it's like when you watch a character, he'll forever be that character. Like when I
Mm.
see when I see the guy that Daniel Radcliffe, he's Harry Potter.
True.
He's forever Harry
Forever.
Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you're a fan of Harry Potter, you're not really a fan of Daniel Radcliffe. Parang
True. Oh,
ganun.
that makes sense.
Right? Like I just
That
thought of it like in that sense that they became a fan of the PBB.
that makes sense. That's a good one.
But
I like that.
it's weird then because they became a fan of you for you being your true self,
But your PBB version. Because
your
people
PBB
tends to
version.
change. And diba, even with editing, like they frame you or like present you in a different way. What if there's other like layers to you that they didn't expose in the house, diba? Some people are not ready for that version of you.
And
So that's
they
part of
ed
it.
it's not really edited, but like when you watch it on TV, it looks like you're not in that's like PBB is not real life, eh, you know what I mean? Even if it
Mm,
looks like that's reality. It's
mm,
reality TV. The premise is they just live together in a house, but they don't get
mm.
na a lot of things are exaggerated then, eh, you know what I mean? Like just
Or not shown.
being trapped inside will make you act a little bit different, knowing
Yeah,
that you're trapped. You
yeah.
know,
And
even if you
being
know I
watched.
yeah, diba? Even if you know then I signed up for this, but I know
Mm,
what's going to happen. It's different knowing something and being okay with it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
hindi ko ma-explain eh. Parang we put ourselves in these situations na we know it's not normal, even though it looks like it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
'Di ba? And then it gets passed off and as if na ganun, it's totoong buhay yung gano'n, 'di ba? Like
Yes.
I was a lot more I don't want to say hot-headed, pero like more on edge inside the house
Yeah.
talaga eh. You
Mm-mm.
know, because like yeah, subconsciously alam mo nga may nanonood sa akin, 'di ba? Bawal ako lumabas, like ang daming rules na naka-impose.
Right. And not everyone can exist on those terms, diba? Because some of us need to get out in order to collect yourself. Dun sa bahay, you have no privacy. You have no space to just like return to who you are for a bit, you know?
How's that for you? Kasi like you said, you were an only child, eh, so sanay ka na talaga, you have your peace, you have your solace, na
Yeah,
nakakahanap ka ng time. How was that? Like you literally had no time to like just
I
find a
don't.
little quiet, you know what I mean? Kahit
Yeah.
tumahimik lang.
It would be around the time to go to like during bedtime that I would just have like an inner monologue going on just to like check with myself what's up. Pero minsan when I wake up, like once I feel like a very heavy feeling on my chest, I have to go to the pool area and sometimes I'll just scream there or talk
Talaga?
to myself. Yeah, I needed to. just to like get some solid footing for myself. Kasi nakaka-overwhelm talaga. And then kasi yun nga, like I said, I'm a people pleaser. So I found myself adjusting to everyone and being the version that they want me to be or I thought would suit them better. Na parang nakalimutan ko like, who am I really? I'm just trying to make everyone happy, but I'm not happy at some points.
Did you know how like to cook already before you got into the house?
I'm more of like I do American dishes and stuff. So the Filipino stuff, and then with the lack of ingredients being said, it was just like, no, I'm here to support and help you, like, prepare everything. Kasi nakakahiya, a lot of them could cook, and then I don't want to ruin the food that we have. So I support
Oh,
by
totoo.
helping prepare. Nakakahiya.
Are you still in touch with a lot of your co-housemates?
Yeah, I really am. If they're far away, I try to talk to them or like drop by their live stream para magparamdam ng konti. But actually, for our season, I think we're lucky enough that a lot of us are still friends until now, and we check on each
Who are
other.
your closest
My
friends?
closest would have to be, of course, like we were called the Kumu Queens in the house. So it's me, Quincy, and Amanda. And then I would have also Mika because we became closer friends here outside. And then Rusu, and then yung collab team ko na si Ralph and Alyssa from Australia.
Are they still are they the ones from Australia and California? Are they still here in the Philippines?
Yes, they're both still here.
Do they do Kumu?
Quincy does.
Perfect. You guessed.
Next one.
Next one.
Love
I'll
it.
perfect, dude. Because she's from Cali. I'll have more to talk to her about.
She knows so much, so ask her. And she's a bit of like a little white girl, so we're different. So it's a
Okay,
whole nother
okay.
thing. Yeah,
No, yeah, you can definitely tell. Like even the accents, man. Like you can tell when someone's from New York or someone's from Cali.
right, right.
Diba? Like you can tell right away, straight up. So like what else do you have? Do you have do you have a streaming schedule here on Kumu?
Yes, I do. I have Gail FM here on Kumu every Thursday and Sunday from 8:30 and onwards.
Gail FM.
Yes.
This is like a radio show.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have like I'll do interviews or like share my words of wisdom and then I'll also sing and then sometimes like share my originals then with whoever's watching.
That's dope. Okay, what? How about your socials? What are your socials?
Socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Kumu, everywhere basta Struggle, Struggail, everywhere.
Struggle, dude. We gotta do something where you do the LRT. Do you have a YouTube?
I don't really like post, pero I'm G because I want to
Okay,
vlog again.
I'll go with you. Well, we'll shoot a vlog for it, and then you take me on a subway in New York,
Oh my God, wait, I love it.
right?
Let's do it.
Diba?
That's dope.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
let's
go.
go.
We'll go to hindi peak hours, ha?
Sige.
Dude, have you seen Google MRT, LRT, rush hour? Google mo lang. Okay na. Magigets mo na kung bakit hindi tayo rush hour pupunta.
I've seen pictures.
Di ba?
I'm scared. Like,
Medyo wild eh. Medyo wild
and
siya,
it's
man.
so hot. Like, I don't know kung kaya ko.
And dude, sometimes titigil. Like, di ba sabi mo sa New York, minsan late yung train.
Mm-mm.
Ito, minsan titigil yung train sa gitna ng tracks. Tapos kailangan natin bumaba.
Huh?
Di ba? Dude, like in the middle of the tracks, bro. Masisira yung tracks. Tapos bababa ka. Lalakarin mo yung next stop.
Seryoso?
Promise. I've only been on the I don't even know if it's the MRT or LRT
Mm.
once or twice. I know once. I don't know if it was the LRT or the MRT, but I've only been in it one time.
One time.
Twice pala, twice. Totoo na to,
Twice.
twice. Twice,
Oh my
oo. Baka
God.
tag-iisa sila. Baka isang LRT, baka isang MRT.
Ah,
MR3,
okay.
MRT3 is already renovated po. Saan yung MRT3? MRT3 station.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
ano siya? North Ave, Quezon Ave, Ortigas Avenue, Pasig
Ah.
City. Perfect! Taga-QC ka, di ba?
Yes.
Sige, pwede tayo Kamuning hanggang Pasig. Tapos baba
Okay.
tayo dito.
G,
Okay,
G, G.
let's go. Perfect. Di ba? Makikita
Love
natin.
it.
Alright. Thanks, Gail. Appreciate you
Thank
so
you,
much. I hope you had
Randy.
fun.
I
in this
did.
little talk.
I did. Thank
Okay,
you
I'll
so,
hit you
so
up
much.
I'll hit you up about the LRT thing. I'm serious, and then we'll do the subway in New York.
I'm G. No problem. Thank you for
All
having
right,
me.
no problem, man. Thank you guys. Maraming
Take
salamat. I'll
care.
see you guys soon.
Bye,
Ingat.
guys.